Hello everybody, today is July the 1st and happy July. And today we're going to tell the pen story. This pen story has changed a lot of people's life. It shed light into why something happened to our life and how we can create or manifest our dream life in a very certain way. And for me, telling the pen story is also a disciplinary approach. It's not about punishment or anything. It's more about how you train yourself to be more disciplined, how you train your tongue, your mind, your tongue, and your action, so that you can become a kinder, a better person, as well as so that you can have a better life. So let's get started, okay? What is this? It's a pen. What do we use the pen for? To write. Now there's a dog inside the room. We want to wait this in for the dog. What does the dog do? The dog probably will sniff, lick, or chew this, right? Does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So for the dog, this one is not a pen, but for the human, this one is a pen. So who is correct, the dog or the human? The answer is both correct. For the dog, this one is a chewing toy, while for the human, this one is a pen to write. The dog is correct in the dog world, and the human is also correct in the human world. So that is our first lesson, both are correct. Now let's imagine that there is a table in front of me. So I'm going to put this thing on the table, and then both the dog and I will walk out the room. So inside the room there'll be no human, no dog. What does this thing become? Is it still a pen or a chewing toy? Oh, it becomes almost nothing, and the ancient wisdom called this as the emptiness. The emptiness is actually a very magical definition. As we understand the emptiness, we'll be able to achieve anything in our life, just like Geshe Michael Roach applied the emptiness into his business and was able to build a business with revenue of $250 million a year. He's also able to have several refugees. So what is the emptiness? Why is that so magical? Let's go back to the pen story, okay? So this thing is currently on the table when there is no human, no dog, or nothing to interact with. It comes back to true self and we call it the emptiness. But also because it has the emptiness, it also has the potential to become anything or anyone depending on who or what is looking at this. So like for instance, when I come back to the room, I look at this, this becomes a pen. When the dogs come back to the room and the dog look at it, this becomes a chewing toy. And when both the dog and I come back to the room at the very same time, we both look at this at the very same time, what does this thing becomes? It becomes two things, a pen for me and a chewing toy for the dog. So a single thing when there is no human, no dog, or nothing to interact with, it comes back to true self. We call it the emptiness. But because it has the emptiness, it also has the potential to become anything or anyone, depending on who or what is looking at that at the very moment. So that is our second lesson. Along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. Now I see this as a pen. So does this pen coming from me or does this pen coming from the thing itself? Oh, this pen is actually coming from me. Why am I so certain? Because if this thing is a pen itself, and the dog or anything in this entire universe, we have to see it for what it is, which is a pen. But does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So this pen is actually coming from me. This pen is actually coming from my mind, and everything is actually coming from our mind. So that is our third lesson. Everything is actually coming from our mind. Now we all agree that this pen is coming from our mind, right? So I'm going to change my mind and I'm going to think this one become a diamond, okay? So please pray with me. Diamond, diamond, diamond. Open my eyes. It's still a pen. So what in my mind that forced me to see this as a pen but not a diamond? There are seeds inside our mind that the ancient wisdom calls as karma. When we see something, the seed inside our mind pop up, open up and cover this and made us see it for what had been planted earlier into our mind. So who planted those seeds into your mind then? Only you can plant the seed into your mind, and only I can plant the seed into my mind. How can we do it? We do it by three ways: by our word, by our action, by our thoughts, especially toward other people. So for instance, I'm going to hold on to this. I'm going to say that I have the pen. Would you like to have this pen? And when my friend say yes, please, I'd be so happy to give this to my friend. So when I give this to my friend, this palm will open up, and both me and my friend will see it and strongly remark in my mind. A couple of days later, when I see this, I recognize this one as a pen, which means that the seed of the pen has already been planted into my mind. And I pop up, open up, and cover this, and made me see it for what had been planted earlier into my mind, which is a pen. And this is how a pen become a pen, or anything so others become what and who they are to us. In the pen story, there are several meaningful lessons. Today we went over 4 different lessons. So the 4th lesson being how we can create or manifest our dream life in a very certain way. So first you have to know what you want in your life, and second, then you start planting those seeds into your life, your mind, using your word, your action, your thoughts with other people. So for instance, if you want to have happiness, then you use your word, your action, your thoughts with other people, helping other people to be more happy, to be happier. If you want to have prosperity, then you use your word, your action, your thoughts, helping other people to be more prosperous. And just like that, whatever that you want, you help whatever that you want. You're gonna reach out, you're gonna help other people to get that. Okay, and through your word, your action, your thought, and this is the way that you plant the seed into your mind. So one day that seed's gonna sprout up, become a tree, and then you're gonna get the fruit from those trees. And that is how we can create or manifest our dream life in a very certain way. And the 3rd lesson is everything is actually coming from the seed inside our mind. So we be 100% responsible to whatever happened to us, and we don't blame anyone, because in the end we are the only one who can plant the seed into our mind using our word, our action, our thoughts. And the 2nd lesson is, along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. So we recognize and acknowledge and trust our potential. Trust the potential of everyone or everything surround us, and trust the potential of whatever happened to us. And with that, we will pick up what we want in our life. So we plant those seeds into our life, our mind, so that we can create our dream life. So remember, you have to know, you have to see the potential in everything in yourself, so that you know what you want. I think that is the first very crucial step of step 4. So that's why this lesson is very important. So when you see anything, remember there's always the emptiness and the potential in that. So look at the potential, look at what you want what you want it to happen, what you want to achieve. That the opportunities in everything will open up for you. And the 1st lesson is the key to happiness. It's that knowing that both are corrupt. When we learn to know that, to respect each other's opinion, we learn to respect each other's choices, and we learn to listen to each other with a compassionate heart. And with that, we give each other the gift of happiness. And that is also when we practice that using our word, our action, our thoughts with other people, that is the way for us to also get happiness back to our life. And the lesson that I would like to share with you all today is that I've been telling this pen story several times, and this morning I also listened to a good and learned story several times. And this morning something just pop up like just pop for me is that when he said the 3rd lesson is everything comes from your mind, and then the 4th lesson is you plant the seed using your word, your action, your thoughts. So you create your life using your word, your action, your thoughts toward other people. And if you want to have a happy life, then be kind to other people, give other people your respect, and your trust, in kindness. And that is how you can create your dream life in a very certain way. And that is just like something, I don't know, it just echoed for me so much, and I really like that part. And I just want to share that with you. Sometimes something become very routine, you do it every day, and then suddenly it just light up that moment. So I just want to say thank you, Lou, for accompanying me in this 3,000-day journey. Thank you for being very persistent, very disciplined to tell the pen story, being a guidance for me, to look up to, and trying to be like you. And so if you and thank you for listening to my pen story too. So if by me sharing with you the pen story or my lesson is something good, I would like to dedicate that to my George family, to my friends, to my co-workers, to my colleague, to my neighbors, or to any living things in this world or any other world with love, wisdom, and gratitude. Thank you so much. Bye bye.